What's going on, everybody? What you got here is the War Room with Mike, the tactical stock scalper, and
Moxie.
Max Convexity. Man, I've been looking forward to doing a video with you for a long time. This is gonna be fun. So, kind of what I thought about, Max, to start everybody off, tell them what we're going to talk about tonight. And then maybe some tidbits for like future episodes we may do. So
Well, I got a question there, Mike,
yeah.
buddy. Is it what we're going to talk about tonight, or what we aren't going to talk about tonight?
Well,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
yeah, I
Because
know exactly what you mean.
that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so one thing we are going to talk about tonight is one ETF neither one of us would touch with the 10-foot pole. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what ETF Max is going to pick for this, and he has no idea what ETF I'm going to pick. So who knows? We may get in a brawl when that one comes out, when we talk about that.
You never know. Yep.
And then, why don't you lead us off, buddy? What aren't we going to talk about?
Well, I was just going to mention, and I was just setting you up to mention the fact that we had to set some boundaries, or I had to set boundaries with myself, and you've agreed to abide by them also. But I'm not going to mention anything but that certain fund. We're going to talk about 3 funds we love also. All right, but I'm prohibited from saying that word. You know what word I'm talking about? It starts with a D. I'm not even going to say anything that rhymes with it, so I'm not going to talk about any of their funds. I'm on probation. I'm going to have to branch out and broaden my horizons. What do you think I can do it?
I got faith in you, man. You're a smart kid. I have faith in you, man. Yeah. So we can't mention our favorite. What would you call them? Company,
Fund family or
fun
whatever.
family.
Favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I would say.
yeah. Because Max
But
and
I'm
I
not
both
going to.
share a love.
Hell yeah. This is tonight only. Then and then next time we get together, everything's on the table. It's just a one night only special. So that way we can branch out, and we're going to try to, I'm going to try to broaden my horizons and try to talk about a fund that you guys have never heard me talk about, or
Oh,
two.
oh. And then in future episodes, I'm gonna get Max's opinion on some charts I've been looking at, and we're gonna talk some technical analysis in the future. What else do you think we can talk about, bud?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't mind talking about maybe the wheel strategy. That may be too in the weeds, but I like to talk about selling puts and then selling calls. The wheel's fun. I know you're into the wheel also. We'll see. We'll talk whatever everyone wants us to talk about. I
Absolutely.
guess.
Yeah. So I guess we shouldn't keep the people waiting. So we're going to talk about our 3 favorite funds or ETFs that aren't have anything to do with the big D. All right, Max. I'll go ahead and lead us off on this one. My
All
favorite
right, bud.
fund, my favorite fund that's not in that family is AMZY. AMZ. You heard me right. Now look, it's got it pays anywhere between 37 cents and 68 cents. So there's like a 30-cent gap in there, but for these funds, that's almost stable. Kind of odd to say that with so many other stable funds out there, but it's really stable. And AMZ Max really does a great job, I think, of really following the underlying. And I don't know if it's because Amazon just has the right amount of IV, where the Yield Max fund actually follows it rather well, and that's, I don't know. I think that puts a cut above, and with the dividends between 37 cents and 68 cents, that's not bad at all, and it's stable. And
Yeah, hell yeah.
and think about AMZ. Okay, think about it like this, Max. AMZ is this girl, and she is dressed to the nines, and you want to take her home, and you want to take her to meet Mama, and she is so good to you, bro. She will cook your dad's favorite cookies. Cook your mom's favorite cookies. She'll come with you, arm in arm, not empty handed. She's bringing a platter to their house with these dividends and the share price appreciation for Mamsie. Man, you can't go wrong with this girl. All right,
No, I hear you.
That's my first one. That's my first one.
Heck yeah, dude. She sounds like a winner. She's, yeah, definitely sounds like a keeper. All right. Well, all right. Let's see what I got for us. All right. I got one called BALI, BALI. I don't think
Mm.
I've ever talked about it on my channel. I don't know if you've ever heard me, but it's kind of an old world economy. You know, it's not defiance. It's not any of these. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. But it's not that one word, and it's not even the yield max. It's get this. It's BlackRock of all people. So anyway, it's an old world company, but they do a really good job, and they have some cool twist. It's an index covered call fund, so big surprise there. That's what I like. Yeah, I knew I wouldn't surprise anyone with my first pick being an index covered call fund, but this is a good one. I'm not BSing. I can't believe I haven't found this one yet. All right, so here's what sets them apart. They, for one thing, they do a monthly covered call strategy, which is great, but they don't do it once a month like some of these funds do. They do it weekly, so they have actually 5 different weeks going at any given time. Sometimes, so I looked at all their strikes today, and they're all decently out of the money, 5, 6, depending on how
Whoa.
percent. Yeah, it's a great fund. Now the other thing they do that's really cool is they only spend 80% of their money on stock, but they don't do they. A lot of people like companies that own the actual stock. These guys own the actual stock. They look at the S&P 500 and they pick their favorite like 110 stocks out of that, and so they overweight those, or they don't even put the other ones in. So they try to do a better job stock picking, but then they sell index calls against it. So, but they do them so far out of the money. This thing has tons of upside. It's been performing great. The only bad thing about it is it only pays. It's only going to be about an 8 to 10%er, but this is going to be the type that you can go out with for, this is the type that you go out with and she buys you dinner. I mean, this is a good
Oh.
girl right here. This is a good girl. This is a good girl. She insists, or she has a job. Maybe she works at Google or something. Anyway, yeah,
You
I
gotta
like
love
this
the
one.
girls that insist on buying you dinner.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But that's what it's like with this. I mean, this fund's a good one. I'm surprised I've never found it before. So let me hear your second.
What's that ticker symbol, Max? I want to look that up.
BALI, Bali.
All
It's only
right.
been around a couple of months. It's I think it's priced around it's expense ratio is 36. It owns 115 stocks, so so it's over. It just tries to own the good stocks and does laddered calls and earns 8 to 10% a month. But it's a good stock. BALI. It's a BlackRock.
There you go, everyone.
It's
There's a
called.
new fund nobody is talking about. You heard it here in the war room with Max. Check out Bali, people.
Get this. It's assets under management's only like 25. It's super 25 million. So it's like a quarter of the size of the smallest fund in the family we aren't mentioning tonight. So I
Wow.
mean, it's a small fund. It's only been around a couple of months, and I don't know why. Its expense ratio is good. I mean, BlackRock isn't going anywhere. I mean, they anyway. So I think this is a winner. But my second one's good too. But I'm curious to hear your second pick.
All right. Well, my second one's there's a certain way to play the second one, Max, and I've owned this since its inception. And my second one is SVOL, SVOL. Now, SVOL is special, number one, because it shorts the VIX. As soon as I heard this thing was coming out and that it shorted the VIX, I'm like, this is genius. How often does the VIX really spike, right? It's typically range bound, sometimes for years in a row, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
so the VIX rarely spikes. So when it does, that is a buy the dip opportunity because the VIX can spike up again, but then after the event or whatever it is, it typically gets crushed right back down. So SVOL, if you've never looked at a chart, I highly recommend, you guys are listening to this, pull up a chart sometime of SVOL. Now, it's paying 30 cents pretty routinely per share. So we're talking about 16%, right? Is what you're getting. So, it's not a yield max. It's not a big D fund. Max loves the big D. That's all I'm going to say. But
Easy now.
we can't.
Easy now, brother. Easy now, brother.
um, that's fall. It shorts the VIX, and I don't know if anyone can grasp how powerful that is. But I think the best thing about it is, besides shorting the VIX, it trades in the channel. So if you can get and wait for a VIX spike, get this thing around $21. It stays between 20 and 23. Just go check out a chart. It's pretty impressive. And the 30 cents and the 16% for me is just great. It's very steady. That's Vol's got to be my number two, Max.
No, I know you. I mean, I hear you. I got a chart up right now. It looks badass. It looks badass. All right. Well, yeah, that's a good pick. That's a fund I really don't know that much about. Of course, I approve of selling any type of volatility, and a lot of my listeners love SVOL, and I just have my head buried so far in these indexes that I hadn't really studied that one, but I've heard it's great. So, how much did you say it paid?
It pays 30 cents, and it's pretty. I mean, it is like consistent. It's like clockwork. It may be 28 to 32 cents each month,
Yeah.
and that's about it. So we're talking 16%, right? So it's not an AMZ that's paying 36% or a Tesla, right, that's paying 50% or whatever. So it's going to take you a little bit of time to get that um, return on investment fully paid off, and we're messing with house money. But man, 60% is not bad, and for a fund that stays in the range and that you can
Well,
really
I have.
wait and buy the lows, it's great, man.
Yeah, I mean, heck yeah, I have a weekly chart pulled up, and it looks like it went public around 24, and it has a lot of history back in May of 2021, or anyway. But then, and so that's around 24.36 or something. And right now, it sits at 22.92. It's barely lost anything. Yeah, it's steady as a rock, very
Yeah,
steady. I can see that. A lot steadier than a lot of the other funds that we talk about sometimes, for sure. That is a good one.
thank
That is a good
you.
one.
All right,
Yeah, well,
throw
thanks.
it down.
I'm gonna
Throw
have
it
to check
down.
into that. All right. So, you want to hear my number two? My number two is a little fund, and I have talked about this one before, but I just adore this fund. It's called iSpy, and it actually shares. It's actually basically the similar thing as BALI. BALI owns futures. I don't know if I said that last time, but BALI owns 20%. They own the actual physical stock, and they have a futures overlay to get a little bit of leverage. iSpy does the same thing, and iSpy sells daily calls and covered calls, but on the index, and they sell it super far out of the money. Tomorrow, it's the call they sold is the 50/40, which is just way out of the money. A lot they catch a lot more upside than any of the other funds that I talk about. So this is an upside beast, and it's a payer too. It's Bali was around 8 to 10%. They've only had a few payments. It's hard to tell, but it's looking like an 8 to 10. Well, iSpy's looking like a 12 to 15.
Oh,
So I'd say the iSpy has about double the income and looks to have almost as much upside, if not exactly. So I really can't decide which one of these I like the best. But these are ones you don't have to worry about on the upside. I mean, especially iSpy. iSpy is like a long-legged girl, dude. She's like the type you don't take home to mama. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if
She's like,
Mama saw her, she closed the door. Like
exactly.
pull you in, leave the girl outside.
Exactly. That's exactly correct. But no, she's. I mean, I'll keep my eye on her. She's only we've only had I Spy a month and a half, and it just paid the first dividend the other day. And I think I looked at it. I think it's came out to like 15% or something. I don't know. It's going to be a good one, and I probably may start covering that one more because they do daily options, and I'm fascinated with the funds that do daily options, but they do daily calls, which is kind of weird, but still, and they're so far out of the money. That's the thing. Unlike the fund I'm not mentioning that does kind of juicy calls, these do these way out of the money calls and barely earn any income. But the good side of that is tons of upside. If the market goes up 1%, they participate in the whole percent, where a lot of the other funds I follow don't. So
Yeah.
you know how that goes.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, you need to look into some of that for your portfolio.
I
I mean,
definitely
12 to
will.
15% isn't bad. Yeah,
No, that's not bad at all. And it's a market, and it follows the market. What's it trading at roughly? Just a
40.
rough.
It's around 40, and it pays. But it pays a 48-cent dividend, and the price is right around 40. It comes out to about 15 a year. I just figured it out, but I can't find the spreadsheet I figured it out on. But yeah, I'm telling you, that's one to watch out for in the index land.
Okay.
In my opinion, anyway.
All
So
right.
that's a good one.
I love it.
Yeah,
Now,
heck yeah.
before I give my third one, are you a football fan?
I am. I am. Yeah.
All
I'm.
right.
Yeah.
Well, my
Yeah.
my old Chiefs are going to be in a Super Bowl next week. Who do you like in that game?
You know, uh, Unfortunately, I'm not trying to cop out, but I'm a huge college fan. Of course, I'm a Texas fan and I'm an Oklahoma fan, which is usually incompatible, but not with me. But anyway, but I don't watch that much pro football. Um, I mean, some years I do. I mean, actually, I won my fantasy league, so I watch it. But I mean, I don't have a team. I just like to play fantasy. I literally don't have a team in pro. A lot of guys around here like Houston. A lot of guys like Dallas, but neither of those teams do anything for me. Dude, I've always liked Kansas City. To tell you the truth, I'm not just saying that, but Mahomes uh, in like 2017, him and Baker Mayfield played. I'm from Oklahoma originally, but him and Baker Mayfield had a game,
Yes,
and
I
it was
did.
Oklahoma versus yeah, and you remember that game, okay? Well, anyway, dude, I've been in love with that guy ever since then. That guy is a beast. I don't care about his dad bod. I mean, yeah. So I'm kind of a closet Chiefs fan, but I mean, I'm not truly a fan like you are. I don't. It doesn't really anyway, but how about you? I assume you're going to do something fun. What do you guys got planned?
Well, when it comes to like regular season, like I got 5 kids, and everyone can come over and all their wives, and we can all have a good time. When we go to the Super Bowl, I don't participate in any Super Bowl parties, Max. I don't. Nobody is allowed to come over. I have to
I
watch it.
got you.
That's my game, right? And my kids are like, Dad, come on, let's have a Super Bowl party, and they can all have a Super Bowl party. Maybe my wife will go hang out with the kids and stuff, but dude, I can't. I gotta watch. I can't. I'm afraid I would yell or act a fool, so I can't do it, man. And the Chiefs were horrible for 50 years, so this whole thing, the last few years, is like new to me, right? Because our team was never really great. Never made a Super Bowl in my lifetime before Mahomes came. So yeah,
Heck
no.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
how about the Royals though? Didn't you guys win? I mean, the Royals. How long ago was it that you guys won the World Series in baseball?
oh,
Was
it
that
was.
like 2013 or 14? I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's something to be proud of. But you're right. Football wise, it's been slim pickings.
Until this
Okay.
run, baby. All right, I better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I took you away with some football talk. Are you ready for my third one?
Go ahead.
Let's go. I'm gonna go Jep Q here. Now look, it's only 9%, so that's not great. But I do like that it's extremely stable. I don't think that thing's ever gonna dump. I think it does a great job of following the market by and large. Um, Roughly a 40-cent dividend. It does fluctuate a little, but not nearly like Yield Max or Defiance, right? But still fluctuates a little bit. Yeah, my third is going to be JebQ, man. I do like it a lot.
No, that's a steady pick. That's like one you marry. That's like one you put a ring on it. I mean, I get it.
Ye-
That's my feeling about Q.
Yeah, I think I could have a couple kids with her. I mean, she's cute. I bet she can. I bet she can cook. I don't. That sounds a little wrong, but you know, she is steady, man, and I think she's going to be with you for the long haul. I think that's a great thing that you
Well,
mentioned about marrying her. I think you can be with her for the long term, man.
and her sister Jep I is rich, so they're from a rich. Those girls are from a rich family too. Because Jep I is seriously, Jep I has 30 billion under management or some insane number. It's the biggest covered call fund in the history of the world ever they've ever had. But anyway, but yeah, Jep Q's I think has 7 billion. Is a huge fund too. But heck yeah, dude, that's a consider. That kind of fund's going to be around a while. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
nothing
like where the
wrong with
rich go.
twins, bro. Rich
Heck
twins?
yeah.
Are you kidding me? Forget about it.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Well, that's badass, dude. That's badass. All right, are you ready to hear my third?
I am.
All right. My third is a brand new fund. I think it just came out last week, but it's a Neos fund. So it's not old world like BALI, which is BlackRock, and iSpy, which is ProShares, old world companies. This is Neos, which is kind of an upstart, but I really like these guys. Um, they're what they do that makes them different is they don't only sell call options. Occasionally, they sell call spreads, and then occasionally, when the volatility is really low, they'll buy call spreads. So that's kind of their little gimmick where they get extra alpha. Those other funds I mentioned tonight use futures to get some extra, bang. These guys are doing it with options, but only when the VIX is like super compressed and low. The theory on that is whenever the VIX is super low, and it's because people like you sell it all the time. SFAL, that's all they do is sell VIX, sell VIX, sell VIX. So all the systematic VIX sellers that beat it down, sometimes it gets so low it's almost not worth it for covered call writers to write an option. The option doesn't bring enough to justify the risk, and you know the story. You've written plenty of calls, I know, Mike. But anyway, so I like this Neos fund. The other thing about it, more so than any of the other funds, these guys really emphasize trying to harvest the tax loss aspect of it. Because, it's a covered call fund. And so all covered call funds, or the way a covered call works is you have a winning leg of the strategy and a losing leg. If your call option wins, lots of times your stock had lost or your synthetic lost, and vice versa. So what these guys do is they strategically take those losses whenever they have wins and try to make it where they just have very low taxes. They also use index options, which get a special 60 to 40 tax rate. But all of the funds I mentioned tonight use index options. So that's always a smart thing to do. But I really like this QQQI as well. Have you heard of this one yet?
No, I mean I've heard of it in like hushed tones. Like, you're walking down the street and there's a guy in the alley going, Psst, guy. And I'm like, what? And he opens up his jacket and you see what he has there. No, I haven't heard much about it. Just hushed tones from around the corner.
Well, I'm just telling you to keep an eye out. This is going to be a winner as well. This is definitely going to be a winner. So, what I really want to hear though, I want to hear which fund you wouldn't touch. That's what I'm curious about next.
Oh, you want to get to those right now? All right.
Well,
All
no, I
right.
mean, or
No,
we can do that other thing. Yeah.
let's do it. Let's do it.
All
Let's
right.
get right to the meat. Okay. Okay, this is really, you know how people are, Max. You mention a fund and they somehow may take offense to it, like they're the ones who actually designed it, the ones who actually built it and actually own the company. So people are have their emotions tied to a fund, right? Because they have money in it. But I don't care. I'm gonna say it. The one I personally, and I'll give a reason why. A few reasons. The reason why I will not touch this fund with a 10-yard pole is Coney. CO and why. That's right, people. The old tactical stock scalper is not going to touch Coney. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, I believe, for my rules, I have to believe in the underlying. I have to. Otherwise, I can't put money into it. It goes against all my rules. I'm not a Bitcoin guy. I don't know a lot about it, Max. I don't know anything about coin. And you know what? I don't want to learn. I'm old, man. I mean, not as old as you, but I'm old, and I don't want to have. I don't care about Bitcoin. I don't. I don't care about Bitcoin. So Coney is my fund, and I think it's going to be extremely volatile, and I think it's going to hurt. It could possibly hurt some people that aren't prepared for the downside risk that Bitcoin and coin may produce. Okay, I let out the bag. There's mine.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Just a second. Jax is misbehaving. Jax, get down from there. I don't know what he wants. But Jackson, you get down from there. He doesn't like when I talk on YouTube, and sometimes he'll misbehave right when I'm talking. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no
All right.
problem.
Well,
He
I
wants
got a
the
doozy.
attention.
Yeah. Well, I got a doozy. I got a doozy for you. So my little fund. It's an ETF, and its total return for the year is 99.47 negative. Okay, but no, but get this. With dividends reinvested, it's only 97.41 negative because you got to reinvest those dividends when you. I mean, come on,
Uh,
Now
you're making
it's
Coney look
this is the
great.
dog.
Uh,
Yeah. Now this is like your little sister's friend that you aren't attracted to at all, but that likes you or something. This is one you stay away from. With all you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't have to
yes.
elaborate. All right, so yeah, this is definitely one, but yeah, it's CYA. Cover your ass, but you need to think of that before you buy this damn thing. I mean, CYA, it's a tail risk fund, and I mean, tail risk is fine, but what these guys do is they buy options starting at 50% out of the money. So this
What?
fund doesn't even make money until the market goes down at least 50%. So this is like, I mean, which has its, if some people are worried about that, and I'm sure this fund may work for them, but the reason its price is down 99% is because those options just decay, and so the fund's price goes down. And this fund is literally a decayer and a rotor, a bad one. But anyway, this is probably the worst one I've ever seen. But I don't know. You can see. I mean, if you bought this fund like the day before, if in 2000 and 2020 in February of 2020, if you bought this fund right before the market crash or something, you probably would have made money. But I'm saying unless you do something like that, you are not going to make money with this fund.
That is. I mean, who would buy? I mean, cash on the sideline is better than that, Max. Don't you think? If you're
Well,
worried
I think
about.
maybe, yeah, I agree. I agree. Because if you're not worried about it, keep 5% or 10% in cash. And then if it does go down 50%, God forbid, but you can use the cash at that point. No, I know what you mean. I think people that do use this probably just use it for a short time. I bet people just use it tactically, for 3, 4 days here, a week here, kind of like UVXY. Some people buy
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, but just for like a quick, it's just like for maybe a quick hedge that might last a week. But any more than a week, the time decay from those options just drives the NAV to zero. I wonder how many times this fund is reverse splitted. I bet
Oh
it's
my
getting ready to
gosh.
reverse split. Yeah, but it's
Uh,
at $53 a share right now. I think they actually just reverse split this stock recently. I think I heard that, but anyway, yes, it is a dog. It is a dog. I think it was uglier than yours, but yours is pretty
yeah.
bad too. But
Well, I mean, I wouldn't
yeah,
say like Coney is bad. It's just that for me, Max, it's just I don't know. Are you a Bitcoin guy?
no, but and I shouldn't have said it was bad, but I just meant that I knew that you really were not happy with it. You don't want to touch it. I mean, I get that. That's what I meant when I said bad. I meant bad for you.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah,
don't know enough
definitely.
about it. I don't like any single stock that much. Or actually, there is one single stock I do like, but we're going to talk about that in the next segment. But not right now. But you know,
Yeah, but I mean, are you a Bitcoin guy? But not. I mean, do you own
no,
crypto
I'm
or
not.
anything? Yeah, me either, man.
No, I'm not. I'm an old world guy. I don't understand. What about you? Do you have any meme coins? You got some Doge, don't you?
No, no, I got
Yeah.
zero. What they call altcoins? I got none of that stuff, man. And it's I'm sure people have made a lot of money off of it and stuff. It's just not my bag, baby. I just can't do
You don't have any NFTs over there?
it.
You see, I'm just joking. I know. I'm just giving you. I'm just giving you a hard
Yeah,
time.
no, NFTs
All
are
right.
funny, man.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, I know it. I know it. Yeah, I couldn't picture you with an NFT. I was just joking. You might have maybe a freaking Mahomes NFT after he wins the Super Bowl for
that
you
I
guys.
may invest into one of those if he wins another Super Bowl. Yeah, I will. I'll be. I don't know what I'll do. I probably won't be able to talk for a couple days if they win. So that'll make
Well,
everybody happy. So half the country's now like, crap. Mike won't have to talk for a couple days. Let's hope the Chiefs win. All
yeah,
right.
no, but I was going to say I do appreciate that you're a real fan, that you don't like to go to a Super Bowl party, because if you want to watch the game, never go to a football party. People go to football parties and just start drinking and talking, and then the girls
Yeah.
start talking. And yeah, I'm with you. You can't get serious about the game when everyone's around you talking and stuff. I've been there
Yeah,
and done
and they're
that,
like,
dude.
"Hey, how's it going, Mike?" And I'm like, "Well, great, but it's first down here. I mean, can I see this or what?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, Then you got to act like a jerk when all you really want to do is watch a game. So hey, I'll just that way I don't have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Just stay at home and we can party 16 other weeks, just not this one."
Yeah, I agree. Just like I've always thought the New Year's Eve was amateur hour. Always thought the pros did that all year round. But then you get on New Year's Eve, you get people to do it once a year. That's the same way thing with the Super Bowl. You get people to come watch the game. They watch it once a year. That aren't really fans. And yeah, and it ruins the time if you're really into it. When Oklahoma plays, I get like that too. The last time we had a game like that was we played Georgia, and when we had Kyler Murray, I think it was 2017, and we played Georgia in the college football, the Final Four, but we didn't beat them, so we didn't get to the final game. But and then the year before, we also played in that same series. But yeah, when Oklahoma's playing in the big game, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I don't want anything to do with people. I'll sit in my room and watch it, but I'll watch every play intently. So I know the feeling. I just don't have it towards the pro team.
That's all right. Maybe you'll watch the Chiefs and you'll be like, "Wow, I really like them." And maybe I'll tell you what, Max, I got a seat right here on the bandwagon. Whenever you're ready, you just come on over, big bro, and I'll put you right on the bus right next to me. No one else can take your
All
seat.
right.
All
I
right,
just
you ready
hate
for
to
my
just be. Yeah, yeah, I'm ready.
my stock? This is, guys, my favorite stock. I've owned it for a very long time. The dividend isn't great on it, but it's not about the dividend with this one. It has been about the explosive growth, and I think this just the sustainability of the company, and that's Costco. It has just done so great for me and all the shareholders the last number of years. It has been absolutely on a tear. And the only bad problem with, if you bought it lower like I did years ago, the only issue is it's hard to buy in now because the price is just so high. But you want more shares, but it's so expensive, Max, and that's Costco, man. I just love that thing. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it.
I hear you. That's a heck of a stock. That's a good one. That surprises me a little bit, but no, that's a good one. I think mine might surprise you a little bit too. Um, all right, you know what mine is, and mine's the worst performing stock of the year in the S&P 500. I just heard this stat today, but I'm just going on the theory that that hopefully next year will be better because it's so low. But it's also a hell of a good company. I couldn't believe when I heard it was the worst performing stock of the year, or maybe of last year. But I mean, I heard that today. Anyway, it's Tesla. I mean,
What? No, you are
yeah,
you
I heard
kidding me? I did not
I heard
expect you
today.
to pick this as your favorites. Okay, I'm blown away. Okay, convince me. Convince me, please.
No, I'm just saying. I just couldn't believe that it was the worst performing stock of the year in the S&P 500. Or that's that. I mean, I knew it was doing bad. It pulled back. I mean, we watch it every day. I mean, kind of through these ETFs and stuff that trade calls in them. But I just had no idea it was down that much. But I look at that as a bargain. It's a it's a I look at that as a bargain. Never count Elon out. I remember in 2018, back about the last time the Sooners were good, what I was talking about just a second ago is 2017, 2018. Elon, that he had all the hedge funds on the street were short, and they were trying to drive that stock out of business. And but he got in a war with them. And but anyway, I remember he made that famous tweet, and the stock went up. And anyway, I just think never count Elon out. That guy's, he's incredible. And just because the stock's down, that just means it's a buying opportunity to me.
I'm shocked you picked us. Because you're such a market guy. I really thought, it would have been like, I don't know, Coke. I don't know. That's just like in my head when I was going with one of Max's, something stable, something, reliable that's been around for a long time. I'm shocked you picked Tesla, honestly.
Well, to tell you the truth, right before the show, I was going to pick NVIDIA about 10 till 8. But then I started thinking about it. And I started thinking about that stat I heard today. And that is an impressive stat. There's stocks, bounce. Stocks trade around stocks revert to the mean. I mean, that's how
Yes.
hedge funds make money. Is they buy that. So if it's down the most this year, if you're long term enough, that means it's a good buy mathematically. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if it's going to be the best stock ever, but I'm saying never count Elon out. And it's just down so much, just from a math standpoint, it'd be a great time to buy. It doesn't mean it can't go lower. Yeah, but that was a little surprising. I thought about going with Nvidia but anyway, no, it's Tesla.
Okay. Well, guys, I hope everyone enjoyed this discussion with Mike the Tactical Stock Scalper and Max Convexity. Max, I had a great time, buddy. I hope everyone subs our channels. I hope they love our content. What do you got anything to say to these people before we get out of here and crack a couple cold ones? Or at least I will. I
Yeah,
know you don't drink. But before I crack a
it's
couple
all
cold
good.
ones.
It's all good. It's all good. I drink seltzers. I'm getting ready to crack a seltzer. Yeah. No, this has been fun, and I'm looking forward to doing this again. Next time I'll have some. I'm gonna be studying some other cool funds to talk about next time. I'll have some other. I'll discover some more diamonds in the rough. These three tonight. No one's really on these yet, and these are diamonds in the rough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna check.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
hoping.
check
I'm
out
just
your
hoping
I
I brought.
Spy, bro.
Heck yeah, I'm just hoping I brought value, and I know that we're always intending to do that. But yeah, I hope everyone liked this, and if they did, heck yeah, I want to do it again next week. Absolutely,
So
if
everybody,
it's all right
please
with
leave.
you.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Leave your comments. Let us know what you think. We'd like to make it a regular thing. Max and I enjoy each other, so we'd like to do these, but y'all have to like them, right? So I think that's probably the most important thing. Max and I can just talk on the phone whenever we want, but if we're gonna do a video, y'all have to like it. So please let us know what you think. What do you think, Max?
Heck yeah, sounds like a plan. I'm looking forward to it. And hey, good luck this weekend. Go Chiefs. I'm sure we're going to talk a jillion times before then. But anyway, go Chiefs for sure.
That's
Heck
it. All
yeah.
right, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
Talk to
Have a
you
good
later.
one.